Hello, everyone. Hello. I hope that everyone had a lovely Christmas and New Year's, that you managed to get some downtime, that you managed to just breathe. Just breathe in and out a little bit because last year was crazy for everyone for multiple reasons. I don't think anyone got out scot-free last year. It was just nuts. So I hope people have had a bit of a breather. And I hope people have positive things to look forward to in 2021. I think the madness is still going to go on around us, but I hope that people have some really positive things to look forward to. I've posted before about how the procedures went. I'm now 3 weeks post-op. So I'll just give you a really quick recap. Surgery was textbook, absolutely textbook. They had planned for me to have 1 to 2 days in ICU and then another couple of days, up to about 5 days in hospital. But the surgery went that well and my body responded that well that they were ready to let me go without ICU within 24 hours, which was just brilliant. And I want to thank the acupuncturist and, everyone who's worked with me to prepare me, the endocrinologist to prepare me for the surgery, because it worked. The only reason I ended up staying in for 48 hours was because I'd had an allergic reaction to the dressings, and they needed to just see whether or not it was an infection or just an allergic reaction to the tape, and it turned out to be an allergic reaction to the tape. They're also, like any operation, they want to know your bowels are working. So they were really, really happy, as they are constantly after operations for anyone that had one. When you tell them that you've broken wind, everyone's like, oh, good, you can go home now. So ended up 48 hours. Had a little setback. 5 days later, got myself an ambulance ride to hospital. My blood pressure shot through the roof. My pulse went up, pain on the chest. So they were testing me for heart attacks, blood clots to the lungs, fluid in the lungs. All ended up fine. They pulled in all the specialists again because nobody could work out why these symptoms had suddenly showed up 5 days later, and couldn't find anything. So got sent home. Need to have an echocardiogram just as a precaution, but no need to rush. And I've been healing brilliantly ever since. I'm back walking a couple of kilometres a day. The crushing fatigue and overwhelm that I have experienced for at least 18 months started disappearing within 24 hours of the surgery, which was just gobsmacking to me, and it has been progressively disappearing, which is wonderful. My sleep has started improving because the insomnia, as I said, had been horrendous. The tremor, which had gotten that bad that at times I couldn't control a mouse, I couldn't hold a book, that's really settling down, and it's much more back to what it has been for most of my life, as opposed to this super juiced, the tremor that was going on that you guys have witnessed. So yeah, I started improving almost immediately from the symptoms of the tumour. The tumour was all margins clear. They got it all. They took out about, from what I've been told, about this much tissue from up under the ribs here. And it was considered, the tumour itself was considered benign. The funny thing is with this particular type of tumour, though, is that even though it doesn't necessarily show up if there's problems with it in the tests, it's an unusual type of tumour. So the only time they know that it didn't have any malignant cells is if you get to the end of your life and you haven't grown another one and it hasn't metastasized somewhere else in your body, because it can show up in 10 years' time as bone cancer. It can show up as lung cancer. There's a few other places it likes to pop up in, even though the original tumour registered as benign. So moving forward for me, I'm now focusing on the journey, best health, best self journey, so that I can create an environment in my body and in my life that really deters cancer growth. And even though one of my tumours was malignant, the one in the breast, the one in the brain, and the one in the adrenal gland registered as benign. Now that I have had these things, and they're still considered cancers because cancer is abnormal cell growth, and then you get malignant cancer and benign cancer. So I've had 2 benign cancers and a malignant cancer, and one of those benign cancers, the one in the adrenal, is, it's very difficult to test, and even though it'll show up as benign, it can still show up as metastasized later in your life. So my journey that I am now choosing to go on is to create that optimal health situation, physically, emotionally, mentally, work environment, home environment, all of those sorts of things, so that I know I'm doing everything I can to make sure that the next 30, 40 years are cancer free. And that way, if anything does show up down the track, I know I've done my best work. So that's my journey that I'm choosing to go on. And as I put in a post the other day, it is a journey. This is not a destination. The destination is, I'm only going to know if it worked if I'm on my deathbed, I've been healthy for the next 30, 40 years and it wasn't cancer that got me. So this is not I'll do all of this for 3 years and then if I'm still cancer free, I've been a success. No, it's about going, this is my journey for the rest of my life. And the success is judged by how do I feel day to day. And so in order to take this journey, there are physical goals that can be made, that I can go, yes, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Those goals are physical health. For that, it's things like getting my food tightened up so that, tightens up the wrong word, getting my food optimal for me. So I'm looking mostly vegan. I was doing paleo when I got diagnosed with the breast cancer. I was growing the tumour because apparently it would have been growing for years and years. And so obviously that's not a diet that works for my body at all. And for the particular breast cancer I had, paleo diets actually feed that type of cancer. So I'm now looking at vegan with a little bit of ocean caught fish thrown in. And so I'm exploring that, because when you look at diets and lifestyles that cure cancer and prevent it from spreading, it's vegan. It's vegan. Do the research. I've done so much research. You don't find a meat and veg diet that has cured someone from cancer. It's the vegan diets that do it. And I love vegan food, but you've got to be really careful. It is a real balancing act to do that well. So that's one of my focuses, is to train myself how to do that well. I also need to get some weight off, because the particular breast cancer that I had, having extra weight on as a woman feeds that cancer. So that particular breast cancer was based on hormones, and it's having a slightly higher weight on your body feeds into that. And being perimenopausal as well, things are all over the place. So I need to drop body fat, and I need to create muscle on my body to regulate those hormones. So I'll be talking about things about weight loss, but I will not be reporting in with progress photos or what size jeans I'm wearing or how I look. This has nothing to do with those sorts of markers. This has to do with how I feel. How's my stamina going? How's my strength going? Am I feeling healthier in myself? Are my joints flexible? Am my hormones being controlled? So this weight loss has nothing to do with aesthetics. It has everything to do with my health and preventing a cancerous environment in my body. Other things I'll be doing is changing how I work. Be a lot more art, and my building design work will be refined so that I spend less time sitting at a computer and more time doing the stuff that I love. So I will be doing more of the design work, and I'll be bringing someone on board to do the technical work. And that way I get to do what I love. I still get to help people, design their dream homes, which I absolutely love doing. But I'll be having someone to do the technical work, which will mean less time for me at a computer. So that's something we'll do. And I'm going to be doing the art because it just makes me happy. For years, I've always wanted to be the artist, and it's always been, what if I get to the end of my life and I didn't pursue the art? It's time to pursue the art. And I'm also going to be, it's really, really important to have social connections, to have groups, to have people, like-minded people around you. So I'm going to be reporting a lot more back in on social media. And if there are like-minded people out there who want to come on a journey to best health, best self, join in, let's talk. There's already people who have said that they'd like to come on this journey with me and to create these support networks and basically buddy system and help each other work out what is best for us, what's best for our life, and how to create those environments to give us best health moving forward. And so anyone wants to jump in on that, touch base. There are a few people coming in who want that sort of just buddy system support, someone to talk to. So let me know. So there's all sorts of things that I'm getting up to 2021. I'm really excited about it, feeling much better, feeling much more capable, and I'm just going to get on with living my best life and sharing that for anyone who wants to to share their versions of their best life and want any support. So I hope you have a great 2021 planned. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll talk soon.